Communication relay offline.
Hyenas have taken over the power plant and triggered the lockdown procedures. Be careful, Agent. Last thing we need is an RC bomb in a nuclear reactor. We need to find a way to relieve the pressure and fix the reactor's cooling system.
Reactor unstable. Emergency lockdown protocols activated. 15 minutes lockdown.
Critical pressure level. To avert catastrophic system failure, system purge required.
What's up, agents? How y'all doing? Hope everybody's hanging in there, being as safe as you guys need to be. So today I want to go back and look at and revisit an interesting idea for an armor build. Still trying to farm up my 1886. Quickly, I'm going to note, it's funny how many of what I find to be the best weapons in the game are also the things that you can't craft. You know, things like the P416, the 1886. Even as far as sidearms go, I always like the sawed-off shotguns better than the pistols in the skill build realm, because pistols, you can only get the pistol damage and then one other attribute and then the talent. The backup boomstick or the standard sawed-off shotguns, you still get all three attributes instead of just two and then a talent, but you can't craft them. It's just something I've noticed, and I think it's funny that that's the way of it. So, of course, I'm still looking for my perfect 1886 to revisit the rifle builds. I have been having a bit of fun doing that, but today I wanted to go back, revisit the armor, and specifically, I've had a great legendary armor build that's been great for me personally as a player in legendary content, but I wanted to see, is there anything we can do with max armor builds that can help the team? And of course, this would take into account using the Gila Guard Pointman chest piece for that perfect Vanguard. So, what I want to do today is bring you a new Ninja Bike armor build that is specifically for the team. The background gameplay will be in the countdown heroic, so you can see what it's like facing off against a group of hunters and stuff like that. So, actually the build worked way better than I thought it would. I thought it'd be kind of gimmicky. There was never a moment during this encounter that I felt like we're gonna go down. It was it just works. So let me quickly go through it. This is a fairly quick one, fairly easy, fairly straightforward, and not even too hard to gear for. Before getting into the build, if you guys find this interesting, you guys learned something new, smash that like button is always greatly appreciated. Hopefully by the end of this, I will have earned you guys subscriptions. Best thing you can do to help my channel is to share this video. And anything you guys want to see in the future or anything you would do different with this build, please leave a comment down below. Alright, let's quickly go through the stats and what we're trying to do. So for the specialization, we're going to go with the firewall. This, of course, will net us the flamethrower, and more importantly, it's the only way for us to get access to the striker shield. We'll get into that a little bit more in a moment. You also get access to the Bull Rush, which will give you 30% of your armor during a cover-to-cover move. When you're sitting at 2.4 million, that's a lot of armor during the bonus cover. I don't think you'd be hard-pressed to actually use all that bonus armor during one cover-to-cover move. So there is a 20% burn duration, which will affect the flamethrower, but more importantly, when our armor breaks, anybody within 5 meters will be set on fire, so this will help to increase that burn duration, give us a little bit more time to move out of the area. With this much armor, we're not running out of armor very much anyway. Another interesting one is any enemies that are within 10 meters of us, our teammates do 10% additional damage to. This is in conjunction with the bonus damage from using the striker shield, which we'll talk about in a moment. Lastly, on the specialization, every time we get a kill, we get 30% of our health back. Given one of the brand sets we're going to be using, gives us 60% additional health. This is going to be a huge amount. I think it's like 168,000 health we get back per kill. So a lot of sustainability even when we don't have armor. All right, let's quickly talk about weapons. Of course, as always, I'll tell you guys, use your guys' preferred weapon, but for this particular build, we're going to be using the Scorpio. This is for the buffs and the debuffs. We slow the enemy, we poison the enemy, we shock the enemy, but mainly it's that debuff, that 20% additional damage at max stacks from every source. So this is to help our team. If we're using this in conjunction with the shield and the fact that any enemies within 10 meters of us, our allies do that bonus damage, we're stacking a lot of bonus damage for our team using this build, particularly the Scorpio. On our offhand, we got the Grudge. This is in case an enemy is under the effects of a status effect and they're weak. If I have the presence of mind, I can whip this out, and if I get the kill, that means all of my teammates within 20 meters get that 18% crit hit chance, 18% crit hit damage for, I think it's 20 seconds. It doesn't come into account very often, but that is a large bonus to give the team. And you guys see this is all about keeping the team alive through the bonus armor, and then debuffing the enemies whenever possible, or with the Grudge, buffing our teammates. Then in the offhand, I'm going to use the card TDI. It's card TDI custom, gives us that +1 skill tier. We got in sync on it. So if I have this in my hand, not only will the turret gain 1 additional skill tier, but we can make it do that much additional damage. Also, this should theoretically, I believe since we are at 6 armor core and 1 skill tier, I believe that we don't get any additional cooldown on our shield, but I really haven't tested that to see. But theoretically, if you were at skill tier 5, let's say, that extra skill tier from the card would help to get the shield back that much quicker. But I don't believe that's actually applicable in our case. Alright, as far as the gear and the brand sets, so we are going to be using 1 gear set piece in this, and because of the Ninja Bike, we will be taking advantage of the 2-piece bonus. So let's start out. Ninja Bike gives us all 3 cores. You notice mine's not maximized. We could buff that weapon damage up, but the big thing is that 170,000 armor. You want that on all 4 of your pieces, 170,000 armor. And the resourceful talent, every brand set or gear set, it will unlock 1 additional piece for us. So let's start out with our Golan gear. We're going to be using 2 pieces of Golan, thus unlocking the 3-piece bonus. We get the 10% status effects. We get that 1.5% armor regen. That's really all the armor regen we're really going to need. It'll put us right about 40,000 per second that we're getting back. And then that 3-piece bonus is going to give us 10% additional total armor. Now next we're going to use Gila, and we're specifically going to be using the Point Man Gila Guard chest piece for the perfect Vanguard. That will give us that 1.2 million bonus armor to our entire team for 20 seconds, and this can be procced every 25 seconds. So there's really only a 5-second delay, provided everybody doesn't lose all of their bonus armor during that time. Everybody can be running with bonus armor 80% of the time plus. So the 1-piece bonus gives us 5% total armor. And then that second piece, and this is what I was talking about with the health per kill, we get 60% bonus health. So instead of having about 368,000 health, we have like 561,000 health. So we have over 500,000 health now with this loadout the way it is. Now the last brand set piece we're going to be using is going to be the Badger Tough. This is for the 10% shotgun damage. This of course buffs up our Scorpio. The 2-piece bonus gives us that additional 5% total armor. So at this point with our brand sets, we're already at 20% bonus total armor. We're 20% extra total armor, not bonus armor. Yeah, I think you guys understood what I meant. And now we're going to throw in 1 gear set piece. We're going to be using 1 piece of Bulwark Foundry Bulwark, that's it. Regardless, so that 2-piece bonus will give us yet another 10% total armor. So that's giving us a total of 30% total armor. Then on top of that, we could add in any expertise level you get. So this could be substantially higher. We could probably be at the 2.5, maybe in 2.6 million if we went ahead and started investing into all of our gear to get the armor up. If any of you guys have made that investment, let me know what's the total armor you're at. I think technically we're at about, what is it, 2.38 million, just over that. So it's funny because it's not even technically 2.4 million like it says. We're just under that. This game likes to round up. It's funny the way they do that with the numbers. All right, so now let's quickly talk about the mods, the 3 mod slots. We are going to be using protection from elites. Crazy thing is, the entire time I've been playing the game, I've only found one 13%. All the rest I have are 12%. So we're looking at 37% protection from elites. You can get that up to 39% if you have all 3 at 13% protection from elites. Now, as far as the attributes, the number 1 attribute that I'm looking is for hazard protection. As a secondary, I prefer explosive resistance over armor per second, but having a little extra armor per second is not bad. But when you consider it's a little less than 5,000 per second that we can get on any given piece, and the fact that how much armor we have, the more and more armor we stack, the less and less effective that 4,925 armor per second really is. So I don't recommend it. If it happens to come on the piece, you had to reroll something else, fine. But I think hazard protection, followed by explosive resistance, and then armor per second. Now the last little thing before just quickly going over the stats, so our skills. Of course, we're going to be using the Striker Shield. Our Striker Shield will have a little over 4.75 million. The more you put into your expertise, of course, this will get a little bit higher. We have a 45-degree buff angle. Way we're running the build now, for every enemy that's within the cone, it will add 12% bonus damage to our team's damage. This is on top of all the other buffs, like enemies within 10 meters of us, the Scorpio damage. So once again, the Striker Shield is just adding damage on top of damage. Also, it's pulling out the Striker Shield every 25 seconds is what makes sure to proc that perfect Vanguard for our team. The one other thing to note about it, so we do have about 66,000 hit points per second active regeneration on the shield. So it's getting a lot of its health back every second. Should we lose the shield, we do have an 18-second cooldown. It's not too bad. And a lot of the times when we are in that cooldown, we'll have the bonus armor anyway. That should be lasting 20 seconds. So there's a good chance by the time the shield comes back, we still have a little bit of bonus armor left. So
Agent,
not too much to worry about there.
Need you to fix that cooling
As far
tower.
as the second skill, you can use whatever you want. I use the assault turret simply for a little bit of extra damage and to grab some aggro. I just prefer having something doing some damage. You could run with the, you could use whatever you want. I mean, whatever that second skill is. You could use the striker drone if you wanted to. You could use a sticky bomb. Totally up to you what you do with the second skill. I just chose the assault turret because that's one of my favorite things, and I like the fact that it can grab some aggro. All right, so let's hit these stats real quick, and then you guys can watch the rest of the gameplay or get out of here or whatever it is you guys are doing. So, with this build, the way I have it right now with my expertise level, I have 2,384,182 health, or armor rather. That means every time we proc Vanguard, our team gets 1,192,000 bonus armor. That's more bonus armor than most agents have actual armor running around. So effectively, most of our teammates, we are more than doubling their hit point pool. As far as our own personal regen, we're getting about 40,000 armor back per second to our character. We get 168,000 health back per kill. Again, 37% protection from elites, 40% explosive resistance, and 60% hazard protection. And while this is all going on, everything is based around survivability and giving that bonus armor for our team. We're still able to have a base damage with our Scorpio of 725,000, and that of course gets buffed by the debuff of the Scorpio and anything that is within the cone of our Striker Shield. We're doing that much more damage too. So this, I can still effectively kill things in Legendary. More importantly, I can sit there and take it for the team. I can sit there and be the shield. People can stand right behind me. double dipping on damage bonuses, and just wrecking shop. So this, I had figured it would be a gimmick build. I just wanted to go for max armor. Thought it'd be fun to run with the Vanguard. But as you guys can see in the background gameplay, it's actually way more effective than I thought it would be. I still like my legendary armor build using the Catharsis, the full 4 pieces of Foundry Bulwark, a bit more for like the legendary missions, you know, doing the strongholds and stuff. But doing countdown and things where there's a lot of teammates, you get way more utility out of this. So this, I think, is a great build, and if you don't have, say, the Catharsis, if you don't like running the 4-piece Foundry Bulwark setup, this very well may be a build you would enjoy, especially if you just like having a build that, you look at me, I'm just running around like an asshole. I don't care, but they could be shooting me in the back, in the face, in the legs. I don't care what's happening. This, like, I just take it. Like this, there was never a single time, and I think one time my armor broke. I was just messing around. Of course, everything around me got caught on fire. I just moved. I don't even think I changed anything. I just kept doing what I was doing. Pretty soon the shield was back. Boom. We got the bonus armor. And we're getting enough armor per second here where before I knew it, I was just right back in action without ever really realizing I was out of action. So let me know what you guys think. You know, is this a build you guys could see yourselves using? Is there anything you would do to augment this build? How would you change it up? What would you do to change it for different content? You know, what are you guys' overall feelings on it? Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, learned something new. If so, thumbs up would be greatly appreciated. Hopefully by now I've earned your guys' subscriptions. Best thing you can do to help my channel is to share this video. And yeah, just leave me comments on what you guys want to see next or anything you think I should try to augment this build in the comments down below. You agents, be as safe as you need to be out there, and we will catch you all in the dark zone. Peace out, everybody.
The remaining steam, and you'll be good to go. Oh, that's worked. Ish. Now that the pressure is stabilized, I need to shut off that steam. You need to vent the remaining steam, and you'll be good to go.
Incoming. High-risk hostile. Serious trauma detected. Cooling system stabilized. Hostile incinerator turret detected.
Good work, Agent. You saved the plant. Move to extraction point. Shoot off a flare so Torres knows you're ready to go.
System malfunctioning.
Agent, stay frosty. Hunters incoming.
System reactivated. Immediate medical assistance needed. System disrupted. System restored. System back on.
Torres is waiting for your signal. Shoot off a flare when you're ready to come home.
Agent down.
Helo inbound to your location. Hold tight. Ready for extraction. Keep working together like that, and we may actually keep the lights on this winter.
Another agent is now group leader.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, learned something new. If so, thumbs up would be greatly appreciated. Hopefully by now I've earned your guys' subscriptions. Best thing you can do to help my channel is to share this video. And yeah, just leave me comments on what you guys want to see next or anything you think I should try to augment this build in the comments down below. You agents, be as safe as you need to be out there, and we will catch you all in the dark zone. Peace out, everybody.